Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our final February meeting. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Roger Heitzig. I'm this year's club president. And we're going to start off with Happy Bucks, and we'll get Ryan out there.
All right. Good afternoon, Rotarians. So Happy Bucks here. If you have happy news, exciting news, really just any news you want to share, we would love for you to, but it's going to cost you, of course. So as you drop $1, $2, a Benjamin Franklin, whatever you want to drop in this bucket here for Alzheimer's research, and you can share your good news, your happy news with the club. And who's, oh, Mr. Morris over here. I said Benjamin Franklin, and you really perked up quickly there, sir. Put your frog skins in there and tell us what you got to share.
Thank goodness you came off waivers.
I'm off waivers. I'm back in action. Thank you, sir. Rude?
I just came back from Chicago. It was -6. I'm so glad I'm back in Greenville.
Rude will be sun tanning out at Unity Park later today if you need him. Oh, an IOU from Rob here. All right, can we note this in the meeting minutes, please?
Today in India, a hospice center is opening that was sponsored by Global Action Coalition, my nonprofit, but the support came from Surrender Jane and Sunny Hander, Sunny's here, and we are so excited because people in this area, this rural area, who would normally be dying at home in pain, have a place to go, and it opens today as we speak, so I'm so excited to share that.
That is great news and worth the IOU for sure. Terry?
So here's $1 to cover Rob.
Look, Rotarians helping Rotarians. That's what I love about this.
And $1 since Pam and I survived a polar plunge into 33-degree water in Antarctica.
Whoa! All right. A polar plunge in Antarctica. The Weavers never cease to amaze, right? These global citizens here. Mr. Purrier?
I'm so happy there's another Mississippi State University alumnus in the room today, and he happens to be our speaker.
All right. Is it the Bulldogs, right? My theme Bulldogs there? Go Bulldogs there. I'm going to go Blue Hose myself, but not many PC grads, I don't think, in the club right now. Any other happy? Oh, we got more happy bucks over here. It's a happy table.
Yeah, so I just wanted to be happy for Rob's opening of the clinic.
Fantastic. Good happy news. Rob, you really made some money here off your IOU. I like how you operate there. All right. Last call for happy bucks. Well, listen, even if you don't have any happy news to share, you can still drop a... Oh, hey, we've got more happy bucks. And a nice jacket too there, Mark.
Thank you, sir. Hey guys, I'm Mark Leonard. I'm still working on my red badge. I'm like super duper close and I'm going to be helping pick up with the cart, but I also want to welcome Megan Zapp. She's my coworker at Northwestern Mutual. Glad you're here.
All right. For all of your life insurance needs, talk to these two great folks. And Elizabeth?
I just want to thank everybody for your involvement in the Rotary Career Day last week. And thanks Pam and Terry Weaver for all your work. Thank y'all.
Thank you all. A great meeting every year when we do our career day. And the other final exciting news, happy news to share. Again, you can drop money in those buckets, even if you're not feeling super happy today or no happy news to share. Alzheimer's research always needs our support. So please support the CART Fund, and thank you all so much.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Always a great job. Give him a big hand. Thursday, just some announcements here. Sorry. This Thursday, we have our after hours club meeting. It's back at local Q. Next announcement, bring books in March meetings for GLA Greenville Literacy Association book sale. They have a used book sale. You can drop them here at the meetings in March, either one with Jenny out at the table, or if you happen to be near the GLA offices, they're by McAllister Square on Pleasantburg Road. Please feel free to drop your books off there. There's a bin as well. And let's see, in 2 weeks, we have an update on the North Carolina Helene situation with the city manager of Lake Lure, Olivia Stuman, and the CEO of Explore Asheville, Victoria Isley. A lot of announcements today. Also, We have an exciting opportunity to help a local food bank that has been hit hard by added demand because of Hurricane Helene. More details will be shared at a future Rotary Club meeting and via email. Our Rotary Disaster Relief has received its first ever disaster relief grant of $2,500. That will go to a local food bank, in this case, Harvest Hope. A condition of the grant is that our Rotary Club, one, help with a food drive to help supplement what the nonprofit can purchase with the grant, and two, that we involve ourselves in some way with the collection and distribution process. Christina Veland, okay, I guess you didn't want to sit by me today. Christina Veland has graciously volunteered to head up this effort, and we're trying to make sure it doesn't collide with our other food drives. But this is something our district governor, Rashika, this is near and dear to her heart, and she's been fighting hard to get this grant for, I would say, months now. If you bow your head for our invocation. As we gather today in fellowship and service, may we be guided by wisdom, kindness, and a shared commitment to making a difference. May our discussions be fruitful, our actions impactful, and our friendships strengthened. Let us serve with integrity and lead with compassion. And if you'd stand for our pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right.
Good afternoon, everybody. Jeff Pettis here to welcome our guests, of whom there are many. Christopher Cairns, guest of the club. If you wouldn't mind standing, hold your applause to the end, but if our guests could stand up, that'd be great. Thank you. Welcome, Christopher. Shantae Miller, guest of Jay Handler. Colette Krauscher, guest of Lauren Marvin. Bob Bruner, guest of the club. Megan Zapp, guest of Ryan Thackeray. Grayson Fuller, guest of the club. Visiting Rotarian David Goff, who one of these days I believe is going to become a member of our club. This is his fifth time, I think, maybe being a visiting Rotarian. Welcome back. And of course, Dr. Bennie Harris, who will be fully introduced in a little bit. Can we give him a round of applause? Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, that left me off. We have two more special guests with us today. And for those of you who've been in the club for a while, know that I read every Friday morning. I'm in town at Alexander Elementary School to a kindergarten class, and had this wonderful teacher for the last few years. I was so disappointed she didn't reapply for the job, and was really anxious about whom I might get to read for this year and whether they're going to be open and accepting. But I was very delighted to have Lily Pendergraft, who is our teacher of the month. So she's a about fifth grade teacher, has the cutest class, the greatest kids you've ever seen. She's actually a native of Greenville, graduated from Eastside High School, went to the University of South Carolina and taught for 1 year at Richland School District 2 before coming to Alexandria Elementary School. And she just really is a delight to her children, and says that she actually misses her children when she goes home for the weekend and she can't go to school. So isn't that great? So aren't those children blessed? We also have with us Amanda Guess, who is the instructional coach at Alexander Elementary School. And this is her first year at Alexander also. She came from East North Street Elementary School. If y'all know, that's where the principal came from. So you know she's really, really good because she drug her with her. This is her 25th year in education and her 9th year as an instructional coach. Prior to becoming an instructional coach, she taught 3rd and 5th grade. And her favorite thing about Alexander is just how sweet the children are and how proud they are when they do something right and good. So we want to thank you both for all that you do for the children in Alexander Elementary School. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Dave. I'm here to talk a little bit about what's going on in the world of Alzheimer's research in CART. Just to give you some news of this past week or 2 weeks ago, which was quite encouraging and something that's a little bit disturbing. For years, Alzheimer's is always believed to have been a single continuous decline. But about 2 weeks ago, researchers have now identified 2 distinct phases of the disease. First, known as the silent phase, that can last 10 to 20 years. What's happening is a subtle cellular change is taking place, setting a stage for a full-blown neurodegeneration. It is basically a neuro moment that occurs in the brain that can be now possibly be identified with blood tests and a number of other tests that would be able to identify the disease progression long before it's ever been found before. The first major sign of the disease is a loss of a specific brain cell known as a somatostatin inhibiting neutron. The neutron plays a key role in regulating brain signals, and their sudden disappearance appears to be a trigger of the chain reaction. So that's all good news, and we should be seeing something on the forefront. The unfortunate thing that happened was the firing of the last few days at the National Institute of Health Center for Alzheimer's and Research Dementia, according to ABC News, could jeopardize a number of these key questions. The most shocking one was the termination of Kendall Van Kuren Jensen, who was just hired as the organization's acting director. So don't look to the government at this point for Alzheimer's research. It'll be up to efforts like CART and the blue bucket in front of you to create the kind of advancements we need to kill this dreaded disease. And this month, George Fletcher, a graduate from the University of Kansas, a Bachelor of Science of Civil Engineering and Business Administration, is our CART match. So any dollar that you put in the bucket, George is going to match. Is a retired professional engineer. George has started the Piedmont Industrial Waste Service, founded Fletcher Group, serving the president until 2006. He rejoined the REWA Board of Commissioners for 4 years, serving on the Greenville City Council. And we know George is active in the community. I counted 18 civic organizations and 6 professional organizations where he's currently active. So George will join your contribution today to help the dreaded Alzheimer's disease. And thank you very much.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just had a question for you, Jenny. I keep seeing all this information about this ramp building thing. Are we like secretly preparing for a skateboarding competition, or is this just some random let's build something type of project?
Well, Jeremy, I'm glad you asked. The Rebuild Upstate is a nonprofit organization that exists for low-income neighbors in our communities to help their homes be safer and preserve affordable housing.
Oh, I got you. So basically, we're saving the world one ramp at a time, but with no tools and no skills.
We don't need skills. We need enthusiasm and maybe a few Band-Aids.
Oh, I can't wait to enthusiastically hit my thumb with a hammer. But I don't know if that's going to get me to want to build a ramp.
Well, trust me, it'll be worth it. The more thumbs we have, the quicker the job will get done. And Rebuild Upstate sends a site leader to help us throughout the entire project.
Oh, the site leader. All right. Well, you got me convinced. I just wish I could get some fellow Rotarians to come and join us in on the fun. So please sign up March the 8th.
Anybody else?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my honor to introduce Dr. Bennie L. Harris, Chancellor of the University of South Carolina Upstate. Dr. Bennie Harris is the Chancellor of Upstate, where he helps provide uniquely transformative opportunities for students, for the staff, faculty, and the community to experience possibilities to fulfill their dreams. And I'm one of those fortunate ones that's able to do this. Chancellor Harris' academic journey is marked by significant milestones. He earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Industrial Engineering from Mississippi State University, a Master of Business Administration and Strategic Marketing from Washington State University, and a doctorate in Strategic Educational Marketing from the University of Alabama at Birmingham. Dr. Harris's career is a testament to his leadership and dedication. He has held pivotal roles at Washington State University, the University of Alabama at Birmingham, DePaul University, Lipscomb University, and at the Morehouse School of Medicine. His most recent role was as Senior Vice President for Institutional Advancement at Morehouse School of Medicine, a position that he held from 2014 until his appointment to USC Upstate in 2021. Chancellor Harris's commitment to service is evident by his extensive involvement in various organizations here in the upstate. He serves as a member of the Greenville Chamber of Commerce Board. He also serves with the Prisma, or works with the Prisma Health Medical Scholars Program. In addition, Dr. Harris gives back to the upstate community by serving on the boards of the South Spartanburg Academic Movement, One Spartanburg, the United Way of the Piedmont, the Franklin School, and the NCAA Big South Conference. We are truly honored to have Dr. Harris join us. Please join with me in giving a warm welcome to the Rotary Club of Greenville to Dr. Harris.
Thank you, Scott, for the introduction. Roger, thank you very much for the invitation to be here. And it's definitely an honor. This is my second time being able to come and speak to the Greenville Rotary Club. And it's an honor. It was exciting. My fellow Bulldog, I love it. Thank you so very much. When you find us strong. When you find a Bulldog from Mississippi State, you find us strong. It doesn't take a lot in the room to hold up a room, right? And so we're excited to be here. What I thought I would do, and my colleague, Rashidi, thank you very much for being here as well. Thought I would do is kind of give you a little bit of update on USC Upstate and what we're doing and how it's impacting the region, particularly some of the impact that we're having in Greenville. And then I'm going to pivot and talk about the state of higher education. And I'm going to share with you something that I wrote to my community, our student, staff, and faculty about the state of higher education. And it'll give you a little bit of insight in terms of who I am and my leadership perspective as it relates to education. And then I want to open and have some honest, not that we would have a lie, but honest question and answering that allow you to ask me any question as it relates to higher education that you have. And we have a lot to talk about. We have the Department of Education, we have a Dear Colleague letter, we have our D&I initiatives, or those types of issues. So there's a lot that we can talk about that people have questions about. And what I believe that is so important about the American tapestry is our ability to have those types of conversations. And many countries don't have those conversations, but we can. And so we'll spend that time and then we'll stay on time. I think you all gave me 5 minutes. We're going to do all of that within 5 minutes, okay? So let me start here. Just going to talk about USC Upstate went through a very strategic plan. I know you all probably can't see any of this on that. So I would kind of talk about it in a strategic plan. And what we did was say, how do we impact the upstate of South Carolina? So what we did, we took the Greenville Chamber's strategic plan, One Spartanburg strategic plan, worked with the Greer Chamber, worked with all of these other entities around the upstate and say, how do we as an institution become much more relevant? For those of you who may not know, we are part of the University of South Carolina system. And there are 4 universities in that system. USC Upstate is one of the universities. USC Columbia is our flagship. It's our research university. We are a comprehensive university. We're not a research, but we just gained the status from Carnegie to be a research university, not a research 1 or a research 2, but a research intensive university. And thank you. And that's pretty rare among regional comprehensive university because there are jobs as a regional comprehensive, USC Upstate, Lander University, Winthrop, all of those are regional comprehensive. Our job is to prepare people for the workplace and to prepare people for graduate school. One great example of that, 100% of our students at USC Upstate who were accepted on first try to medical school, 100%, and we had the largest class go to medical school. So those are the types of things that we do. 100% of our nurses, 99.6%, I'm gonna round up to 100% of our nurses pass the NCLEX exam, and 100% of them remain in South Carolina. So those are the types of successes that we do in that regard. So we put together a strategic plan. That strategic plan really were around 5 different initiatives. How do we make ourselves distinctive academically? How do we elevate our recruitment, our success, making sure our retention goals, et cetera, are excellent? the partnerships that we have, and how do we innovate for our future. One of the things that we established on campus was a process improvement office. You don't hear those as part of the higher education tapestry, but we have a process improvement office that we put in place, and we have someone who's Six Sigma certified, et cetera. So for example, we had a process for transfer students where it took about 20 steps to decide you want to be a student here to actually get accepted and matriculating. We took that whole process through our process improvement office. When we completed, there are only 6 steps. So we look at the critical path. That's part of my industrial engineering mindset to leadership so we look at how do we improve efficiencies in higher education? How do we take the things that we're teaching people to do in industry and how are we applying them to our industry and higher education? Now, you can't see this even if you're sitting right in front of it. So at the very top, it talks about all of the wonderful accolades that USC Upstate has that most folks don't know about. The Department of Education last year went through a canvas of all of the higher education institutions and identified 100 based on data that qualified to participate and to be invited to participate in what they call the Post-Secondary Student Success Award recognition, similar to the Malcolm Baldrige Award for industry. USC Upstate was invited to participate because of our success among our students. We went through that particular process, and we were one of 3 universities to win that award. That's a big deal. On this other end, for the first time in our history, we were listed as great colleges to work for 2024. And we were excited because I particularly was excited because of 3 categories that we were identified as being successful were in senior leadership. That includes me. Shared governance, and faculty experience. When I came to USC Upstate, I was told USC Upstate faculty is a difficult faculty to work with, but I've not had that experience. Our faculty have been exceptional to work with and be extremely transformative in what we are doing, so much so that we will have our first engineering program, and we're starting to accept students into our fall class. That's a great success. So ask the question, when 85% of the industries are manufacturing, why USC Upstate does not have engineering? So we have our first engineering program, and guess what program that is? Industrial engineering. Just a guess. And then we're going to add several other engineers. One thing that's going to be unique about our industrial engineers, all of our labs are going to be in industry. Football at USC Upstate for me is a bad word. Anybody here from you? Because it means I got to pay for it. We are looking at different types of reserve sports. We've been looking at wrestling, those types of things, just to create other opportunities for students. And there was talk about flag football, but I hadn't heard it talk enough. And the conference, there was some serious talk about it. I can't remember, so I can't give you an answer to it, but I know that it was talking about it. Because it didn't apply to me, I just kind of probably let it fly on my ear at the time. But we are continuing to look for things that students are interested in to participate in. Okay. Well, I appreciate you for tolerating me to be a part of this conversation today. And I hope I said something that allows you to at least think that I poured something in your cup. And as my mom say, you can always pour it out. You don't have to drink it. But at least it will allow you to consider and think about how we can continue to protect what is so beautiful about being an American. Thank you all, and have a blessed day.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. That was great. As always, we have a book for Alexander Elementary School. Dr. Harris has already signed it, and I'm going to ask one of our Alexander people to take it back with them when they go today. Rent build coming up next Saturday. I love the little skit that Jeremy and Jenny did. Jeremy talked about hitting his thumb, but at the last rent build, Jeremy was using a post hole driller. And you know how those work with a big auger, and the auger stopped when it hit something. Then Jeremy started spinning around. My 4 bullet points, I'm going to up it to 5 to be compliant with Elon Musk's general guideline. But today we're still at 4. So I don't see Jane in the room, but Kringle is rocking and rolling and they need some help. Please, we had 2 people at DR today that were invited. Please bring somebody to discover Rotary and get involved in your club, and as always, have fun and come to the ramp build. We had a ball, especially watching Jeremy spin around. So if you all join me in the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?